Folks, let's get real. There's a conversation happening in hushed tones across kitchen tables, in late-night texts between friends, and in the quiet moments when the world feels heavy. It's about something that touches nearly every American, yet we rarely talk about it openly. The average American is buried in personal debt. Credit cards, student loans, car payments. It's not just a number on a page. It's a weight that follows you everywhere, a shadow that lingers even on your happiest days. It's a silent crisis, stealing sleep, straining marriages, and crushing dreams. Debt doesn't just impact your wallet. It seeps into your relationships, your sense of security, and your hope for the future. This isn't just numbers, it's real life, and it's heavy. Every overdue notice, every minimum payment, is a reminder that you're not where you want to be. Debt is sold to us as normal, even smart, but it's a trap. We're told that everyone has it, that it's just a part of life, but that's a lie designed to keep us stuck. Banks and credit card companies profit from your stress. The more you struggle, the more they win. Their business model depends on you staying in debt, paying interest month after month. They design their products to be confusing with hidden fees and sky-high interest rates. It's a system built to keep you paying, not to help you get ahead. They want you paying them forever. Every month you send off your hard-earned money and it feels like you're running in place, never getting closer to freedom. This isn't the American dream, it's a nightmare for millions. The promise of opportunity has been replaced by a cycle of payments and worry. Debt affects your health, your relationships, your future. Stress from debt can lead to anxiety, depression, and even physical illness. It can keep you from being present with your family, from pursuing your passions, from living the life you want. You can't focus, can't dream, can't breathe when collectors are calling. The constant pressure makes it hard to see a way out, and hope starts to fade. You were made for more than just paying bills. Life is about more than surviving from paycheck to paycheck. You deserve to feel free, to chase your dreams, to build a future you're proud of. But here's the good news. You don't have to live this way. Change is possible, and it starts with a single decision to do things differently. Thousands have decided enough is enough. They've chosen to break the cycle, to fight for their freedom, and to support each other along the way. They got weird, made sacrifices, and fought for freedom. They learned to say no to things that didn't matter, so they could say yes to the things that did. They educated themselves, built new habits, and celebrated every small victory along the way. It wasn't easy, but every step brought them closer to a life without chains. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Freedom is worth it. The journey is hard, but the reward is a life you control. Today we're sharing the story of one of those people. Her name is Sarah. She faced the same fears, the same doubts, but she chose to fight back. Her journey will show you that change is possible. No matter how deep the hole feels, there's a way out, and it starts with hope. If you're tired of just surviving, listen up. You're not alone, and you're not powerless. This is about taking back your life. Let's dive in. Meet Sarah. On the outside, she looked fine, a steady job, decent apartment, reliable car. But inside, she was drowning in debt. Every month was a frantic shuffle, using one credit card to pay another, taking out loans just to cover basics. It started small, a college credit card for a free t-shirt, a car loan, dinners out, online shopping. Each swipe built a prison. The stress was relentless. Sleepless nights, constant fear, shame, and isolation. The debt felt impossible, like emptying the ocean with a teaspoon. Every step forward was erased by new expenses. The dream of a home or savings felt like a fantasy. Sarah was stuck on a hamster wheel, exhausted and hopeless. Then, everything crashed at once. Sarah lost her job in a company downsizing. Her son Ben got sick. Hospital bills piled up. Unemployed, single, and with new medical debt, Sarah was overwhelmed. The phone rang with creditors, the mailbox filled with final notices. She screened calls, tossed bills, and cried in the dark after Ben went to bed. She felt like a failure, trapped in a nightmare. The storm had wrecked her life. The breaking point came at the grocery store. Sarah's card was declined for $12 of groceries. Humiliated, she left empty-handed, sat in her car and broke down. That was rock bottom. But in her despair, anger sparked at the system, at herself, at the debt. She decided no more. That moment was her turning point. She wiped her tears and made a choice to fight back. She didn't have a plan, just determination. For Ben, for herself, she would take control. The journey would be hard, but for the first time, she felt hope. That day, everything changed. Sarah went home and faced her debt head-on. She knew it was time to stop avoiding the truth and take control of her finances, no matter how overwhelming it felt. She gathered every bill, wrote down every debt, and totaled it up. She didn't skip a single statement or overdue notice. She wanted the full picture, even if it was painful to see. The number was terrifying, but she didn't look away. For the first time, she faced the reality of her situation, determined not to let fear dictate her choices anymore. Next, she made a zero-based budget. Every dollar had a job. She assigned each dollar a purpose, making sure nothing slipped through the cracks. She listed all income, prioritized essentials, rent, utilities, food, gas. She made sure the basics were covered before anything else, learning to separate needs from wants. No eating out, no new clothes, no extras. She cut out every non-essential, knowing that sacrifices now would mean freedom later. The budget became her battle plan. It was more than numbers on a page. It was her strategy for taking back her life. Making it was easy. Sticking to it was tough. There were days when she wanted to give up, when temptation and frustration made her question if it was worth it. She said no to coffee with friends, sales, and treats for Ben. Every no felt like a small loss, but she reminded herself of the bigger goal. She started using cash envelopes for groceries and gas. This system helped her stay disciplined, making her spending real and tangible. When the cash was gone, that was it. She learned to make do, stretching every dollar and finding creative ways to get by. Each small victory built her confidence. Paying off even the tiniest debt felt like a huge accomplishment, proof that her hard work was paying off. The budget gave her control for the first time in years. She felt empowered, no longer at the mercy of her bills or her fears. It was hard, but it was working. Every week she saw progress, slow, steady, and real. She was finally telling her money where to go. The fight had begun, and for the first time Sarah believed she could win. Sarah became a student of money. She read books, listened to podcasts, learned about the debt snowball and emergency funds. She slashed expenses, canceled cable, subscriptions, switched to a cheaper phone plan. Meal planning, home-brewed coffee, and selling unused stuff became her new normal. Every dollar saved went to debt. She took extra jobs, delivering pizzas, freelance writing, online surveys. Friends didn't understand, but she stayed focused on her why: a better life for Ben. Life was simple, even lonely. But she saw progress. She traded short-term wants for long-term freedom. It was a season of sacrifice, but she knew it wouldn't last forever. Each step made her stronger. She was building discipline and hope. The grind was real, but so was the progress. Freedom was getting closer. The road out of debt wasn't smooth. Every step forward seemed to come with a new challenge, and sometimes it felt like the world was testing her resolve at every turn. Her car broke down. Her emergency fund was wiped out, but she didn't use credit. Instead, she scraped together what she could, relying on resourcefulness and grit. It was a tough lesson in sacrifice, but she refused to let a setback pull her back into old habits. Temptations came, like a beautiful dress in a store window or friends inviting her out for dinner and laughter. The urge to say yes was strong, especially when she longed for comfort and connection. She said no, remembering her goals. She wrote down her dreams, visualized her future, and reminded herself why she started this journey in the first place. Loneliness hit hard as friends drifted away. There were nights when the silence felt overwhelming, and she wondered if the price of freedom was too high. She questioned if it was worth it, but her debt-free chart kept her going. Each small milestone was a reminder that progress, no matter how slow, was still progress. The first credit card she paid off felt amazing. It was more than just a number. It was proof that her sacrifices were paying off and that she was capable of real change. The company tried to lure her back with a higher limit, promising easy money and instant gratification. The temptation was real, but she remembered the chains that came with it. She cut up the card. No more chains. This time she chose freedom over fleeting pleasure, and it felt empowering. Each test made her resolve stronger. She built new habits, learned to trust herself, and discovered a strength she never knew she had. The sacrifices stung, but the victories mattered more. Every dollar saved, every debt paid, was a step closer to the life she dreamed of. She learned to celebrate progress, not perfection. Small wins became her fuel, and she found joy in the journey, not just the destination. The journey was tough, but she was tougher. Each obstacle became a lesson, each stumble a chance to rise stronger. Sarah was breaking up with debt for good. Freedom was in sight, and this time she knew she had the strength to claim it. After 3 years, Sarah made her final debt payment. She was debt-free. Relief and peace washed over her. No more collector calls, no more fear. Her income was hers again. She built an emergency fund, started investing, and saved for Ben's college. Dreams that once seemed impossible became reality. She could finally breathe, plan, and give. Helping a friend in need felt better than any luxury. People noticed her confidence and asked for advice. She shared her story, taught others to budget, and explained the debt snowball. Sarah found purpose in helping others. She became a certified financial coach. Her painful journey became her greatest gift. She offered hope, not just advice. Sarah proved anyone can change their family's future. She was living proof that freedom is possible. Sarah's story isn't unique. Thousands have chosen to break free from debt. Your past mistakes don't define your future. You can change, starting today. The principles work for anyone. Budget, attack debt, change your habits. The hardest step is admitting you need to change. Face the numbers, take action, and build momentum. Each small win builds hope. The light at the end of the tunnel is real. You were made for more than payments. You were made to live and give. Don't let debt steal another day. Write a budget, list your debts, get your family on board. It's your turn to win. Subscribe for more stories and practical steps. We're here to walk with you. It's time to take back your life.